Take me somewhere to warmer weather, to something better than here right now.
Beautiful. So proud of you.
I see you, I see you,
You look beautiful.
Dear.
You're stunning. Come here. I love you so much. Look at you. I'm waiting for this.
Sit back.
We're gonna need to practice our day. Couldn't wait? You guys couldn't wait?
Sorry.
Hey, look at me. Yeah. All right, everybody, please be seated. All right, welcome, friends, family, and loved ones. We are gathered here today to witness and celebrate the marriage of Amanda and Jonathan. My name is Justin Davidson, and for some reason, John and Amanda thought it'd be a good idea to let me officiate their special day. While this is not something I ever thought I'd have the chance to do, it's pretty awesome to be standing up here with these two people who I consider family. I've known John since we were 12 years old, and we've been through a lot together. We've been teammates and we've been roommates. We spent holidays together, gone on road trips together, and celebrated milestones together. But most importantly, we've been best friends for as long as I can remember. I've watched him grow and mature from the small, nerdy, troublemaking kid he was to the slightly less small, nerdy, troublemaker he is today. In all seriousness, I'm so proud of the person you've become, and I'm so proud of the person you chose to spend the rest of your life with. I met Amanda the same day that John did, the day they both moved into their beach houses in Belmar during the summer of 2016. I'd already been living in Belmar full-time for a year, and that first summer was the best summer of our lives. But that following summer, John and three of our friends decided to get a place of their own. The four of them were lucky enough to share a split rental with a group of girls way out of their league, which of course included Amanda. While at first the conversations were few and far between, as the summer progressed, we found ourselves spending more and more time together. We had so much fun that summer. The following year, they both rented the exact same houses again. Amanda and I definitely clicked early on. We had completely different tastes in music, but she was always the person I was most excited to hang out with on those weekends. Her friendly vibes and willingness to connect with everyone she meets not only made an impression on me, but even more so on John. The two of them would make any excuse to spend extra time together. Whether it was staying an extra day for Sunday Fun Day or taking off work to stay at the shore a little bit longer, it was apparent the two of them would go out of their way to have a little bit more time together. As you can see, that extra time together paid off. And now, on your wedding day, you are both making the best excuse to spend forever together. Amanda and John, all your friends and family here today are so happy that you found each other. From Belmar to Hoboken to wherever life may lead, we can't wait to see where this world takes you. All right, to kick off the ceremony, Amanda and John have asked our great friend George to do a very special reading.
Well, thank you, JD. That's very touching. Appreciate that. So my name is George, and I've been friends with John for way too long. I just want to thank Amanda for keeping him entertained these past 5-ish years, so I don't have to see him so much. Really appreciate that. So we're here to celebrate this beautiful union between these two with an original reading from the pen of YG. All right. He knew something was missing, and then there was you. He knew chaos, commotion, but then there was you. He knew something was broken, and then there was you. All he knew was Ranger Blue, but it's different with you. Think about it. If the tide shifted different on those Jersey Shore beaches, and the waters were rougher, leaving you heaving, seasick. I know you'd discover each other one season, one way or another, you'd find the true meaning. And here we are now. Look around, how you made it. He can't live without you, Amanda, his favorite. So it's time to be tough, buckle up, you'll need patience. But he's really in love. He told me I should say this. He knew nothing at all until there was you. Thank you guys so much.
All right, thank you so much, George. That was great. Now the bride and groom have arranged to share their personal vows. John is going to go first, followed by Amanda.
Amanda, I love you. You are my best friend and make me feel like the happiest guy on this planet every single day. From the moment I met you, you took my breath away, and nothing has changed besides my love for you. I knew in that very instant that we would eventually be standing up here today. You were the best thing that ever happened to me. And I couldn't imagine a day without you by my side. You are a smart, loving, unbelievably stunning woman, and the crazy part about all that is that you're mine. I promise to respect and support you, encourage and inspire you, to laugh with you, and to comfort you in times when you need it the most. You're everything that I ever dreamed of and everything that I will ever need. Today, I vow to be here with you and for you forever and always.
Yeah, why not? Let's go. Clap it up.
Do you take this back? Do you take this back or no?
I'll take it.
John, you are my best friend, my support system, and my safety net. You make me laugh, you build me up, and you make me happier than I ever imagined possible. I cannot wait to see what the future holds for us, but I know as long as you are by my side, there is nothing that we can't make it through. I promise to spend the rest of our lives having dance parties with you till 3 a.m., stuffing our faces with all the best steak, and always being down for a random weeknight cocktails, and continuing to push each other to grow in both our careers and relationships. I promise to always stand by your side and to continue to choose you over and over again. I promise to love you and to never give up on us. I promise to always continue on this amazing journey with you, and I cannot wait to finally be your wife.
All right, next up, Amanda and John will be exchanging rings. A ring is an unbroken circle with ends that have been joined together, and it represents your union. It is a symbol of infinity and of your infinite love. When you look at these rings on your hand, be reminded of this moment, your commitment, and the love you now feel for each other. Stephen, can you please present the rings? All right, there you go. All right, Jonathan, place the ring on Amanda's finger and repeat after me. Amanda, I give you this ring.
Amanda, I give you this ring
As a symbol of my love.
as a symbol of my love,
With the pledge to love you today, tomorrow, always, and forever.
with the pledge to love you today, tomorrow, and always forever.
Stephen. And now, Amanda, place the ring on Jonathan's finger and repeat after me. Jonathan, I give you this ring
Jonathan, I give you this ring
as a symbol of my love,
as a symbol of my love,
with the pledge to love you today, tomorrow, always, and forever.
with the pledge to love you today, tomorrow, and always and forever.
Amanda, Jonathan, having proclaimed love and commitment to one another in the sight of these witnesses and myself, I am so happy to pronounce you, by the power vested in me and the state of Pennsylvania, husband and wife. You may now kiss the bride.
Ready?
Put your hands together for the brand new Mr. and Mrs. Jonathan and Amanda Schulman!
First off, I'd like to thank you all for coming, and a special thanks for those who made this wedding so beautiful. Speaking of beautiful, our lovely bride, Amanda. Can we get a round of applause? Amanda, you look beautiful tonight. Stunning in that dress. Jonathan, thanks for coming, man. It's good to see you wearing the pants for once. There comes a time in everyone's life when they meet their one true love, their soulmate, the person who's going to love them and know them for the rest of their life. That moment came for Jonathan 28 years ago when he met me. I guess I should introduce myself. For those who don't know me, I'm Jonathan's younger brother, Steven, also known as Badger. To my brother's friends who forgot my real name, and Steve Schulman, licensed New Jersey realtor. Don't worry, Jonathan, I'm not going to sell a home tonight. Unless anyone's in the market, I could be found by the bar after dinner. To be asked by Jonathan today to be his best man is an honor for me, but it's also very honorable of him, because he's finally admitting to each and every one of you that I truly am the best. Best brother, that is. Sorry, Nicholas. All right, so let me tell you about my relationship with my brother, John. We met in the 90s. He was about 2 years old when I turned his life upside down. I was the little brother that he always wanted, someone who can annoy him for life, someone who can be in him in every aspect of life. Jonathan and I shared a room for all of our childhood. And even though he would blast the AC unit at 60 degrees in the middle of the winter, and I'd have to wear my parka to sleep every night, as a younger brother, I enjoyed every second of it. I know part of Jonathan did too. Sharing a room can build a bond that will last a lifetime, and it did. But as we got older, Jonathan started to get mixed feelings, as he should have. And that's because I had a lot of trophies and athletic achievements. And we only had so much shelf space in our room. So by default, I went to bed every night with a big smile seeing my trophies above my brother Jonathan's bed. Jonathan wasn't happy about that. Or puberty. For those of you who don't know, and a reminder to those who do, growing up, Jonathan and I were polar opposites. He was smart, structured, responsible, and driven. I was loud, obnoxious, abrasive, and good-looking. The truth is, my brother set the bar high for me through elementary school, middle school, and high school. Jonathan was the firstborn, the golden child, an overachiever, straight-A student. Every teacher loved him. I never stood a chance. Our teachers couldn't believe we were related. But neither could our coaches. Good thing there are sports out there for Jonathan like lacrosse. Despite Jonathan's lack of athleticism, we were very competitive growing up. And we did have our fair share of fights. Even though I was younger, I would take most of the physical ones. But Jonathan would prevail everywhere else, winning all the arguments and non-physical disagreements we'd have. He knew how to get under my skin and provoke me. The antagonizer, as my mom would always say. He might not have been the biggest in the room, but he was clever. I'm sure most who know Jonathan can agree he's crafty. He thinks things through. As time went on, however, and I started nagging and picking my younger brother the same way, I realized it was all because Jonathan cared for me, and he was really just looking out for me in my best interest. It's because of our different and distinct personalities that we'd fight, but we did have our good times. Playing tennis baseball in the front yard, building forts in the living room with mom and dad's blankets, or playing mini hockey inside and putting holes in the wall, only to cover it up and then blame it on our 3-year-old brother Nicky when we get caught. It's memories like these with my big brother that I'll never forget. He was the leader, the one who broke off with the family unit to explore this or that. He led by example and showed me how to do so much, like how to drink alcohol and delete internet browser history. Jonathan never followed the crowd. He was always confident in who he was and where he was going, but also selfless and caring along the way, on his own path while taking care of those around him. And I'm not just talking about the bartenders. My brother always looked after those who were most important to him, and I always admired him for that. My brothers and I were fortunate enough to have a batting cage on the side of our house growing up, and even though we didn't have a pitching machine, I did have my older brother. I played a lot of baseball, more times than I could imagine. I'd ask my brother to give me a quick round of 10 to 15 pitches before my next game, and Jonathan would be out there giving me a full bucket every time. Sorry I didn't make it to the big leagues, bro. I did play in college, so I can't thank my brother for that. Even when he might not have realized it or how important it was to me, Jonathan was always there for me. While most families would go to Disney for vacation or an island, we spent a lot of time traveling for baseball as a kid. And Jonathan sacrificed, but he never complained about it, no matter how many tournaments I had. But every summer, we would end the year with one family trip to Long Beach Island. I always looked forward to it. Me, my older brother, mom, and dad. And as fun as it was to play baseball as a kid in Florida, South Carolina, Georgia, I can genuinely say the most memorable vacations that I've had as a kid were those I spent with my bigger brother in Long Beach Island every summer, year after year. Those were the best times and trips I never forget. I like to think that I've impacted my brother's life somehow, but really he's impacted mine the most. Growing up, many of Jonathan's friends were my friends because of Jonathan's insistence to include me in things. And Jonathan, you'll never know what that's meant for me. I know it wasn't always fun having your little brother around, but you led a life worth following. I admired the choices you made along the way. And I really wouldn't have followed you unless I looked up to you. Everyone loved Shulman, and being his brother was a great thing, but to me it was always more than that. I couldn't have asked for a better role model and older brother, someone who I consistently talk to, lean on, and count on. Toughest part about preparing this speech was I couldn't go to my older brother for help with it. I hope you take my life as your biggest compliment to you. I am the person I am today partly because of you. What I can tell everyone about my brother John is I don't have a person in the world I would call before him, because he's always there for you when you need it, and I've needed it a few times. And that's why I know Jonathan is going to do right by Amanda. If Jonathan turns out to be half as good of being a husband as he has been a brother to me, then Jonathan and Amanda have a wonderful life ahead of them. Amanda, when I first met you and saw how my brother acts around you, I knew this was going to be something special. You compliment him perfectly and bring out the best in him. I can tell he's happier because of you and laughs more when you're around. I particularly liked you from the start because you always laughed at my jokes. even when Jonathan would shake his head and call me an idiot. Amanda, in the few years we've known each other, you've challenged me time and time again, and have given me countless reasons to appreciate having you around. You're smart, beautiful, passionate, and most importantly, you make my brother happy in a way that I never could. I can't drink alcohol still. That's where I was going with that. You guys have sick minds. They can hang. Amanda, I never had a sister, so I'm excited to get to know you more, learn from you, and grow from you. Welcome to the family. Babe, I'm gonna need a drink. All right, so if everyone can please join me in raising a glass for a toast. Jonathan and Amanda, marriage is not about finding a person you can live with, but finding the person you can't live without. And I think it's safe to say you both have found that person. Here's to a lifetime of love, unity, and happiness. God bless you both. Love you guys.
All right, up next, we're going to turn the microphone over to our matron of honor, Jackie.
First off, bro, you're having a killer hair day. And man, you just look stunning beyond words. I know how it means the world to Amanda and John to have everyone that they love here today. So thank you for making their wedding day so special. They also really want to see you on the dance floor all night, so I will make this as quick as possible. When Amanda and John first got engaged, the days to follow included texting calls with potential wedding dates for as soon as possible. Now, my sister doesn't rush to do anything. In fact, as the textbook younger child, her MO her whole life has been, let me wait until someone does it for me. So this really showed how excited she was to marry John, and I'm overjoyed to be here today celebrating them. Growing up, I was the older sister paving the way of organization and rule following. Amanda didn't agree to that approach to life. My sister made her own path, and in many circumstances, went totally off-roading. But she's become the most incredible person today by following her own path. Growing up, I did that part already, I'm sorry. Although we're very different, and my parents can attest to the fact that as kids, we could always find something to fight over. There are many things that we really connect on. Wine, for one. But still to this day, Aaron Carter's Aaron's Party is a song that when we sing and dance to together, emulates our childhood bond. R.I.P. Aaron. I had that line before that happened. Man, I'm unbelievably lucky to have had a built-in best friend my whole life. As your older sister, I do everything I can to protect you and make your way through life easier. It was so easy for me to accept John because he's someone who also works to make Amanda's life easier. I've been fortunate to have a front row seat to their relationship, house hunting as their realtor, sorry, Stephen, ring shopping, engagement planning, wedding planning. I've been intertwined in my sister and John's biggest moments together, and it's been so special to be a part of. Please know that Chris and I love you both. We're always here for you both. And I can't wait to keep my front row seat watching as you continue to grow together. John, please take care of my best friend and keep life as easy as possible for her. Everyone, please raise a glass to this one-of-a-kind couple. Congratulations, Amanda and John.
Is it my turn?
All right, last and certainly not least, the father of the bride, Robert.
Very tough acts to follow. I got it here. It's tough getting old. Wow. After days and days and days and days of planning, it's finally here. Let me start off by saying that Amanda worked incredibly hard on all the little details that made today so special. I'm very grateful to have been left out of the many, if I didn't mention many, numerous discussions between Bob, Jackie, and Amanda about wedding decorations. If someone says the word centerpiece, I'm out of here. I'm a bit nervous at the moment because I rarely get the chance to speak, and more importantly, be listened to at the same time. This is a direct result of living in a house with a wife and 2 daughters. This is going to be a whole new experience for me. But let's go back to the beginning. It all started during one of the worst snowstorms we've ever had. You can guess it, the day Amanda was born. My car barely made it to the hospital. It actually stalled as I pulled into the emergency entrance and stalled between all the ambulances. I brought Barbara inside, and while they were checking her in, I was told to move my car immediately. This was not possible because my engine actually caught on fire. So I returned and said, I cannot move my car due to the storm. It will be a while before the tow truck can come. I cannot tell you how many times over the next 36 hours at the beginning of each shift that Dr. Patel was needed in whatever room, Dr. Sin in pharmacy, and with the owner of the black Pontiac, move it because you will be towed immediately. They must have called the same tow company I did. This was just one of the many mishaps that day. But who could possibly be down when I finally heard Amanda belt out her first cry? Mozart never created such a wonderful sound. So Amanda is not my only daughter, and this is my second chance to make a Father of the Bride speech. So I had some experience and quite a lot of time thinking about exactly what I wanted to say at this moment. But then the other night, Amanda said, Pop, say whatever you like, just don't embarrass me. This is my second speech. Amanda, you are looking truly stunning today, and I'm certain we could all agree. But this is only one of Amanda's many attributes. As her friends will attest, that's you guys, she is fiercely loyal, totally dependable, and fun-loving. And I didn't realize until yesterday, after all the speeches you guys made about 3 a.m., how much fun-loving she was. Jonathan, I think Amanda will make a perfect partner for you, and I think you're a very lucky man. I was going to add that Amanda is low maintenance, easygoing, and doesn't look for the most expensive things. But obviously, we know we can go another way on that one after tonight. She is a wonderful young lady. I am extremely proud to say she is my daughter, and I'm sure Jonathan would be just as proud to call his wife. At this point, it's traditional to mention the virtues and intelligence of the groom. I have them right here in my notes. Jonathan, what'd you write over here? I can't make it out. But seriously, I've known Jonathan for a couple of years now, and we spent quite some time together. And I've come to know him well and love him. He's a great credit to his parents and his family, and I genuinely cannot think of a better person to have as a son-in-law. I can say this with all of my heart. A great philosopher once said, "A man who gives in when he is wrong is a very wise man. But a man who gives in when he's right is married." Never truer words spoken. I did have a line here, and Stephen so well mentioned it that yes, finding a successful marriage is finding a person Not that you can live with, but you can't live without. Never truer words spoken there. But, Bob, that's you. So Barbara and I would like to ask you to please stand and raise your glasses to toast my daughter, Amanda, and my son, Jonathan. All the best that life has to offer together.
Love you.
And now there's a lonely martini that needs my attention.
This is gonna be the best day ever. You got me looking so fresh, I can't get no better. Baby, I'm a T-Rex, ready to rumble, ready to flex. I'm the king of the jungle. Gonna be the best. Shake up, I got a red fruit smoothie.